Hi, this is John from FlatCatGear, and today I'm going to be experimenting a bit with pie crust. I tried this experiment probably about 6 months ago, back when I was using a spacer for baking pies. I no longer use a spacer, and things are baking a lot faster and hotter, so I thought I'd try this again. One of the reasons I'm interested in trying this pie crust, number one, it's just add water, so it's something easy to do out in the field. Second reason is what I've been using for a lot of crust is Bisquick crust, and the Bisquick crust, has baking soda in it, and so it rises and gets thicker. I want to try this because I want to keep the crust on the thinner side. One of the advantages of having a crust is it's a lot easier to clean up out in the field. The crust tends to pop away from the side, makes up cleaning up of the pan fairly easy. And today I'm making a rhubarb pie, but the advantage of crust is I can also make meat and cheese pies, so we'll see how that experiment goes today. So just weigh this up. A full pack will make 2 9-inch crusts, and weighs about 12 ounces. So I'm probably going to make about 1/3 of a batch, so I need about 4 ounces. Then it takes a little over 2 tablespoons of water. I'm just going to add the 2 tablespoons. I think baking, out backpacking, it's better to have it a little bit drier than wetter. It'll bake faster. So the crust is kind of a ball here. When I'm at home, I use a rolling pin to roll it out. I'm going to try and do it like I would do it in the field. I have a rolling pin. You kind of have to piece the crust together. So what I'm going to do is make a disc. It's going to go down on the bottom, and then I'm going to use my fingers to spread it out as much as I can. Maybe you've seen I made a disc that fits in the bottom. Now I'm going to try and do the sides. You just kind of have to finger this all together. Okay, the crust is done. I've got 2 cups of rhubarb. I had some leftover dried cherries and blueberries from our last backpacking trip. Calls for like a 1.5 tablespoons of flour. And rhubarb needs to be sweetened a bit, so that's 3/8 of a cup of sugar. And I put a little lemon juice in there. This may not fit in the pie. We'll put as much of it as we can in there. It calls for water, but like I said, with this baking technique, for backpacking, I'm not adding any water to it, keeping it pretty dry. So with the way we bake in the in FlatCatGear, the pan sits right on top of the pot. So what happens is the heat transfer. A lot of ovens, you think classically an oven, you heat up the airspace and the air heats up the pan. That's not the case the way we bake. The pot is actually used as kind of a diffuser, and you're actually putting heat directly in the bottom of this pan. So the heat flows over the sides and up here, and that's what browns the crust on the sides. So what that means is if you make like a double crust pie with crust over the crust over the top is not going to cook that well. So baking it our way, you're really going to get baking only from the sides and the bottom. So this pie is done and we're ready to launch it. Lighting as bit in the wind's always fun. we got it going. Oops. Got our rhubarb pie ready to go. We'll come back in an hour.